This is what I call being career stupid. Not all of us get an opportunity to work a job that makes more than $50,000 a year. Many of us get stuck working $30,000, $35,000, $40,000 a year jobs for a majority of our life, especially when we're younger. But what happens as we get older, more experienced, and we get jobs that pay a little bit better? This is the case with Mad Gonzo 47 on Reddit. They write, "Would you take a $5,000 pay cut for a new job?" I just want to start the premise with this saying anytime that you're going to work a new job or consider a new job, the money is strangely one of the least important factors of the new job. The most important factors of your career have more to do with what are your career goals? What are you trying to achieve in life? It has nothing to do with your pay. Your pay just keeps up with whatever you're doing in life. And sadly, most people are career stupid and have no idea that they are actually making a huge mistake and are thinking about things completely wrong. So in this article, it's pretty short. I'll just read it real quick. This person says, "After 6 months of searching, I finally received a job offer, which I'm very excited for, but the new position is $5,000 less than my current salary. For some background, I live in New York City and I really need to leave my current job due to poor management. The new role is with a nonprofit and is for a more senior job title. They offered me the highest salary within their listed range. I want to negotiate the salary offer, but with the job market the way it is, I am worried the offer may be rescinded if I try to negotiate. Is a $5,000 loss worth the risk of potentially losing the offer?" And they have an edit here that says, an additional information they added, "My pay will be decreasing from $75,000 to $70,000 with the new manager role. However, it offers flexible work from home with option for working in office plus decent benefits for health and PTO." Now, I would like to say that we have all been there. We've all been in this position where we have to make a decision. We have to make a decision between one job or another job. When you're in your younger years and earlier in your career and you're thinking about what kind of job I need to have, and you're worried about pay, and you're trying to make, ridiculous rent, and, you're trying to say, okay, I need to accumulate $2,000 just to pay for rent, and you're looking at a job that pays $12 an hour, and then you get a pay increase, and you find a job that makes, $13 or $14 or $15, and you go, yes, that's a big increase. You have to understand something. You have to understand something. When you get over $50,000 a year, and I was surprised by this myself when it happened to me, when you get over $50,000 a year, there's not a lot of change in your paycheck. Your paycheck does not really change that much. I went from being $50,000 and then eventually ending up into the low 70s, and I don't know, like difference of $50 a paycheck. That's the way I was like, well, what the hell? I thought I was getting paid more. I thought this was a great accomplishment. And when you get big chunks, like moving from 70 to 100, you say, okay, well, yeah, I definitely noticed the change in my pay, but it's not like life changing. I mean, it might make paying the credit card a little easier, but that's about it. But when you're talking about, I work for $75,000 a year, and I'm going to take a job at $70,000 a year, I'm worried about the pay cut. Assuming the benefits are similar, assuming that the amount that's going to be taken out for your benefits is similar, I should say, there pretty much won't be a whole lot different in your paycheck. Now, there's a lot more that goes into this beyond what they're saying. First of all, if they're in New York City and are making $75,000, I don't know, are they going to be able to make rent? The part that really tips the scale here is they are being offered a job, a manager role, and it sounds like they want the manager role. The only reason they're bitching about this position is because it makes a little bit less money than their current job. Now, to be fair, They do not mention what industry this is in. Because naturally, as I like to say, skills are way more important and experiences are way more important than any sort of pay. You could be working a job that trains you and gives you a bunch of great skills and really changes your life, and maybe you end up working for nothing. I mean, that's what I did. I worked with HTML and had my first web development job essentially, and it was an unpaid internship. So when you work, the goal of the work is not to work. The goal of the work is to build skills so you can support yourself and support your family, then support your community for the rest of your life. That's the point of it. This whole thing of, I'm worried about what the pay is, it's incredibly irrelevant. So from a career perspective, this is like the easiest job change you'll ever do. I mean, just to understand, I don't know what kind of position this is, but as you're moving backwards to a management position, it's a step up because you're going into management. However, a lot of times the managers may not get paid as much as maybe somebody, for example, in a technical field. If you're a software engineer and you're making 100,000, you're like, okay, I'll be a manager now. You're probably only going to get paid like 80,000. So you do have to take a step back in what your pay is, at least in that scenario. So whenever you're planning your career, always, always, always focus on the skills and focus on the goal that you're trying to achieve. You got to think of what's the end game? What's the final destination of your career, or at least of your current destination? Now, you may have a future destination that's even better than your current destination, but what is your current destination? Project your life in 5-10 years. What would you like your life to look like? And if this person is saying being a manager is what I imagine my life being like, then why not just take the damn job? Because even if it only pays you $75,000, you stay in it for 2 years. And trust me, if this guy's bitching right now, he's probably not going to stay in it for 2 years. But if you stay in it for 2 years or 3 years, 4 years, the next job is going to be super easy. It's going to be a lot easier to get that managerial role, and you're going to get paid a lot more than what you're getting paid right now. And so this is awfully short-sighted of this person. This is what I call being career stupid. So what should Mad Gonzo 47 do in this scenario? Well, he should definitely just take the job. I mean, not really think about it. Just take the damn job and move on. Now, is there a scenario in which you would be concerned about the pay? Absolutely. In a lot of cases, especially if you're going to be moving horizontally from one job. Say you're an accountant and you're looking for another accounting job, and you're not going to get a change in title. You're not going to get a change in anything else. It's just a horizontal move. In that scenario, you would definitely want to consider pay. But most of the time, there are intrinsic reasons why you would switch from one job to another. And usually, a lot of times, this has to do with poor management or just an opportunity to work for a company that you would rather work with beyond where you're at right now. And so that's something that you really have to take in consideration anytime you're looking at a job. Deciding on whether to accept a job really comes down to, does the job fit on your career roadmap or not? Now, I would wager a gamble that since this person is only fixated on $5,000, that they probably don't have a career roadmap, which is most likely why they're struggling so much. The number one reason that people struggle with careers is because they have no roadmap. They have no plan for how they plan on how they're going to achieve the things that they want to achieve. And when there's no roadmap, you just end up just wandering around like a lost animal, hoping that you're eventually going to find food. So if you're in this situation, always check your career roadmap. If you don't have one, get one. But if you don't have one yet, always consider, what skills am I going to learn from this job? If you're going to take a job and the only thing they could teach you is how to flip a burger or, how to, push a broom or something like that. And you say, well, that's not really what I plan on doing for the rest of my life. And if that's all you can get, I completely understand. Take what you can get to pay the bills. Everybody has to do that at some point. But if that's But if it doesn't fit with what you want to get from your job, find another job. Take what you can get, but then find another job. Move on. And once you have a career roadmap set up for yourself, the last thing you'll ever be thinking about is whether your pay is good enough or not. If you want to ask me a question, send me an email at questions@jobferno.com. I'm SP Graham. This is Job Ferno. And as always, choose skills over money.